What's up, guys? Shaker on will come back at you another video, and today we're back and we are doing a reacting to Bucky Brooks top 5 prospect rankings 1.0. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a like on the video, and let's hop into this. The scouting combine is on the horizon. I'm really excited. I wasn't really into it. Like, I was into the draft and stuff, but I've just now recently been getting into this. I've never really sat down and really watched a combine, so I think I want to do that this year. But yeah, let's hop into this. At quarterbacks, there's 6 quarterbacks that are really good. They're gonna go round 1 and 2, and the one that's not on here is Carson Strong. He has Kenny Pickett, the top quarterback in the class. I probably would as well right now. Malik Willis had a fantastic Senior Bowl, but he's probably going to be the first quarterback off the board. Is he the best one in the class, though? Maybe, maybe not. Matt Corral, injury concerns due to his reckless play style, but he's got a very strong arm and is very mobile as well. Malik Willis, crazy good athlete, and just maybe a little bit concerned about a small school. That for sure. Sam Howell was probably going to be one of the top quarterbacks in the class, potentially go number 1, number 2 overall. But then his team at North Carolina left. He's put in a good situation. Sam Howell will thrive. But if he is put in a bad situation, he will fail miserably. And then Desmond Ritter, I think he does run a little bit. Yeah, athleticism for sure. I don't really know much about Desmond Ritter. I haven't watched tape from him for 2022. 2021. I watched tape of him in 2020. He's really good in college, just maybe not translate over to the NFL as well. But he also had a very good Senior Bowl. Now let's get to the running backs. We got Breece Hall as the top one. I still think Kenneth Walker is the top one. When you looked at what he did in his final season at Michigan State, he was phenomenal. You could not bring him down. Breece Hall is really young. He's 20 years old right now. The longevity there is definitely good for Breece Hall. I don't know. I haven't really watched running backs this year. I've not watched running backs this year, actually. So I should probably be doing that. But I like other positions because running back is just it's not the easiest to rank, let's say. Isaiah. What did I even just say? I don't even know. Isaiah Spiller's got the ability to catch the ball out of the backfield. He's really good. I know James Cook and Kyron Williams had big loads in college. I don't know much about them. As we get to wide receivers, I'm stunned that Chris Olave is not on here. With that speed and route running, I don't know how you don't think. He's great. He's got great hands, too. I don't know he's not on here, but it's pain to the heart there. But Drake London is receiver 1. I don't know. Looks like a decent route runner. All these guys, maybe not. Traelin Burks is a pretty good route runner. All these guys are better route runners than Drake London. Even Chris Olave is. I'm a bit surprised to see Drake London as receiver 1. But he's 6'5", pretty fast. Can play slot. He played slot side. He can play slot or outside. Drake London, he's a really good player. I just surprised to see him receiver 1. I'd probably have Garrett Wilson right now. Jameson Williams is a great route runner. Probably the fastest receiver in the draft. He's got great hands, too. Jameson Williams, though, does have an injury concern right now after tearing his ACL in the college football national championship. Garrett Wilson, great runner, great route runner. Probably, I don't want to say best hands, but I do want to say best hands because I think he does have the best hands. Garrett Wilson is phenomenal. As we get to Jahan Dotson, catches outside of his frame, pretty good route runner, and overall, very, very good player. As we get to Traelin Burks, I don't understand Traelin Burks. He's 6'3" and runs very fast. A lot of guys are comparing him to A.J. Brown. I think that's a fair comparison. Deebo Samuel, with the potential running back flexibility. Traelin Burks can do so much for you. So we're going to get to tight ends. A guy I'm surprised to see on here is Isaiah Likely out of Coastal Carolina. Had a great Senior Bowl and is not even on a top 5 list in a weak tight end draft. I'm glad Jeremy Redkord's getting some respect. He was just underutilized at Ohio State. He was phenomenal when he actually did get the football. Jeremy Redkord could be like, I don't really know who I'm going to compare him to, but a late guy who didn't see much production in college. That sounds a lot like George Kittle. Did not see much production in college. It slipped late in the draft. I could see Jeremy Redkord turning into a stud in the NFL. Jaden Wydermeyer, big guy. I mean, he's really good. Trey McBride's probably tight end 1 for me. He's really good. I don't know much about Greg Duke. I don't even know how to say his name. Or Derek Deese Jr. So, I don't know much about those guys. Offensive tackle. We got Evan Neal, Charles Cross, Ike Ekwomu. Why don't you not just say Ike Ekwomu? I'm glad he has Charles Cross ranked over Ike Ekwomu. I don't really know if he's ranking it off like overall. I don't think Ike Ekwomu is the best pass blocker at all by any means. Charles Cross is definitely the best pass blocking tackle in the draft. In pass protection, you're not getting past Charles Cross. But there's worries with him about run blocking. I don't think it's an issue. I think his pass protection is phenomenal. And if he goes to a pass-heavy team, he's going to thrive. Evan Neal is the most athletic tackle in the draft. Really strong, really fast, really smart, and played in the SEC. So, I mean, Charles Cross also played in the SEC. But, yeah. Sorry about that. Trevor Penning, small school guy, but the Senior Bowl was finishing. Very strong. And then Bernhard Raymond. It's okay. Hasn't played the position for long, but is definitely pretty solid as well. Interior blockers. We got Tyler Linderbaum as the best interior blocker in the class. Yes, he is. He's a center, so he's not going to go high, but Tyler Linderbaum is great. There's videos of him in wrestling matches against Tristan Wirfs and him beating Tristan Wirfs. So, potential lineman better than Tristan Wirfs. Went to the same school at Iowa. I think Tyler Linderbaum is fantastic. But is center, so he won't go that high. Kenyon Green is really good. It's just like in that like really, really solid range. Could have potentially improved his stock if he moved to tackle, but did not. So he stayed at guard. It's probably gonna go anywhere from like the 10s and 20s for sure. Zion Johnson, a guy who boosted his stock at the Senior Bowl, guard, but stayed after practice and played center, which heavily boosted his stock. Darren Kennard has been like in this range all year. I don't think his Senior Bowl was good though, so like that kind of was not that great. And then I did not know much about Jamari Saylor. So we get to edge. This is probably the deepest position. I think edge, corner, and tackle are the deepest positions in this draft for sure. Edge, all of these 5 guys could go top 10 for sure, and that's crazy. At number 1, we got Hutchinson. Hutchinson is probably the best edge right now for sure. Thibodeau at 2, most athletic. Concerns about his ankle, edge bend. Hutchinson has dealt with injuries before, but his season this year was just unbelievable. He was in the Heisman conversation. Hutchinson is fantastic. He just wrecks the game when he's out there. George Karlaftis, really high motor guy, but not as athletic as all these guys. Like, all these guys right here on this list are way more athletic than Karlaftis is. And that's going to bring him down in the draft for sure, but he is still very, very good. Ojabo is just a freak athlete. and put him on the other side of Aiden Hutchinson, he was phenomenal at Michigan. But has not played the position long, needs to learn a little bit more, but is still very good right now. Jermaine Johnson, best player at the Senior Bowl, sat out the game because he was so good. Definitely boosted his stock at the Senior Bowl and could go top 10 right now. Let's get to defense tackles. Jordan Davis is just a big guy in the middle. You're not getting past him in run game. But the issue with him is that he's not going to play on passing downs, which is not exactly what you want to see. DeMarvin Leal, a guy with so much potential, but didn't really display it much, but the potential is still definitely there. Logan Hall, I don't know much about him, but I definitely know that he could go potential first round, high second round, definitely second round for sure. Maybe a third round is definitely a possibility, but I think second round is the range for him. Davonte Wyatt, a guy that I saw when I was watching Jordan Davis. He's phenomenal. He's another great run stopper. Davonte Wyatt is great. And I believe Travis Jones had a great Senior Bowl. Surprised not to see Perry on Winfrey on here after a great Senior Bowl, but they didn't say Perry and Winfrey. As I'm surprised about this, Nakobe Dean not linebacker 1. That's crazy. Nakobe Dean is linebacker 1 for sure. I don't understand. Nakobe Dean probably led the Georgia defense in sacks, and he's not even a defensive lineman or edge rusher. He's a linebacker. Just blitzes the quarterback insanely well. Sideline to sideline guy with great coverage. Devin Lloyd is really good as well. It's really close, but I think Nakobe Dean is linebacker 1. Christian Harris, smart guy. I think there might be medical concerns there. I'm not exactly sure because I feel like he did something, but I don't remember. And then I do not know much about these other two. I don't really know much about Christian Harris either, but I know the name. So we get to corners. Sauce Gardner's cornerback 1. I definitely agree. Ahmad Gardner, he was not really targeted, but he is phenomenal for sure. Which corner isn't on here? Because there are definitely a ton of really good corners. I'm going to go check real quick to see which one isn't on here on this list. I know Kyler Gordon isn't on this list. But, yeah, there are definitely a ton of other guys who are not on this list. Because corner is definitely a really deep position. Trayvon Walker didn't even get to be on this list due to all the edge... where am I trying to go with this? Edge, I'm not going to find that word. Edge, depth. Yeah, there we go. I can't figure out who it is. But yeah, definitely, Andrew Booth is also really good. Also did not see a ton of ball production, but is great when he does see the ball. There are potential concerns about when the ball is thrown at him, just because he doesn't get the ball thrown at him much. Derek Stingley, after a great freshman year, had 2 lackluster sophomore and junior years. I believe he was injured a lot as a junior and sophomore, so the potential is there as a freshman, but he needs to show that freshman potential. Trent McDuffie is really good as well. Not ever out of position. Really good in zone and man. Can play safety as well. And then Roger McCreary is one of these guys that I really like. Is phenomenal in man coverage. I don't know why anyone would sleep on Roger McCreary. I think he's one of the best corners in this draft. So we get to safeties. We got Kyle Hamilton, safety 1. That's a no-brainer. He's so big, so strong, so fast. So smart. He does everything well. Daxton Hill's really smart as well. Especially when the quarterback's screening the ball out quickly, Daxton Hill makes them pay. Shaquan Brisker is really good. Louis Cine is just a big hitter. Sometimes has tackling concerns, so I do not know much about Vernon McKinney III. Definitely got to watch more tape on all these guys. My thing is lagging, so probably going to end the video right here. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys in the next video.